Good afternoon. Today is a day of listing. We have certain days. Some days are listing days, some days are YouTube days, and everything like that. Today is going to be majority of a listing day. We tried to go to thrift stores, and to be honest with you, we just couldn't find anything. It's been really rough in the thrift stores, hit or miss. Mostly miss lately than hit. We did have a couple, like one day good last week that we did really good in the thrift stores. But since then, we've been back 4 times and found absolutely nothing. We did have some things come in, but also we bought some parts for the Mustang. And I always wanted to know if people actually have other hobbies or is selling your hobby. Is selling like on eBay, Poshmark, or wherever it is that you're selling, is that your hobby and it makes you money? Or do you have other hobbies that like cost you money? I hated having a hobby that costed me money. Like, I always wanted to work on cars, and I always did, but usually with my primary car. And working on a car, always you lose money. You're just pouring money into a car that most likely you're not going to get that money out of. But now it's like my hobby. That's what I like to do, is work on cars. So, do you guys actually have other hobbies, or is this your hobby that you make money at? Because technically making money at a hobby would probably be the best way to do it. But I think sometimes, to ease my brain, I think I need something to do that is away from selling and YouTube, and that is it. I know some people have asked to put the Mustang on the videos and, like, you know, show what I do to it, but a lot of times I don't have the patience, one, to actually do a YouTube video while working on the car. The people that I watch on YouTube that are sitting there working on cars and have the patience to film and work on cars, that is impressive. But today, we're not working on the car. We are gonna go ahead and get this done. It is late afternoon, and I'm gonna probably spend the next 4 or 5 hours going through this, getting this actually listed on eBay. Again, this is the fireman gear. I know you're probably tired of seeing fireman gear. You saw this in the last video, but I got a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? So there is a ton of fireman gear to go through, and this is, again, where I list out in the garage. Nothing fancy. Don't think that you need super fancy things to make this work, especially if it is your hobby. Use what you got. Use the sun. Go outside, take pictures, and then put it on a little shelf. You can do that. There is something to that, though. When I say that about there's not much, you can do this very easily. Also know that there are other certain things that you need. We were talking to somebody, and they were like, hey, I want to do this on the side. And so, it's pretty easy, right? And I said, yeah, of course, this is actually not that hard. You can go to the thrift store, buy something, put it online. There's actually a lot more to that, especially because that's all I'll talk about it. The tax man. The tax man is the guy that wants like half of your money. And you have to know state and like local regulations where you're at. Personally, where I live, you do need a business license in our county to actually do anything in that county. It doesn't matter if you're brick and mortar, you don't matter. There's only like 3 counties in South Carolina that are like that. I live in one of them, so we have to have a business license. A lot of states aren't like that, and a lot of other places aren't like that. Some places you need resale license. South Carolina, you actually don't, but we have our retail license because we have a online presence on our website where we have to remit our own sales tax. So you have to know if you're remitting sales tax when it comes to that. And then you have to know if you're doing the cash or accrual method when it comes to taxes. Then you have to know, what you're actually, how you're filing your taxes and everything. So when I say, you can go to thrift stores, put something online and sell it for profit, you can. There is a lot on the back end of this business that we don't really talk about a whole bunch, and most of it has to do with taxes. 2 years in, I did all my own taxes. I did everything on my own, and I realized I couldn't do it. It was stressing me out. So we did hire a full-time bookkeeper and tax person. So all we do is save receipts. Then we give them to them. We have our records. They have their records. That we make sure that both of those are correct, and then the person does our taxes, and that's how we do it. Now we are based as like a LLC S Corp, or if it would benefit you to become an S Corp or stay sole proprietor, there's partnerships. There's a ton out there, and what I've learned, talk to a professional. That's what we did. We talked to a couple of professionals, found one that we liked, boom, you got the job, and then we went from there, because a lot of things I'm not good at is numbers when it comes to paying the tax guy, and that's one of those things that we don't want to mess up on. So we do have that under control, but just know when I say, hey, you can go to the thrift store, pop something online, sell it and make some money. You can. Just know your state and local regulations, and also federal regulations about doing that. So what we're gonna do is stop talking about that, because that honestly is not that fun to talk about. But we're gonna list some things. That's it. Then we're probably gonna go ahead and go pull some orders later on to see what's sold. Today is another day of organization. We got both cars today, the Jeep and the Tahoe. Take a look at this. This is just a small portion of what we actually got out of another storage unit that we did. This isn't the one with the paintings. This is another storage unit. We got some definitely some good stuff in here. The thing is that we don't have the time to go through it right now because we totally forgot that this week is creeping up on us already is the big yard sale. And I know we keep saying that. It just takes a lot of preparation to get up there, get everything that we need. We need to get like the tag things, price things, a lot to do. We got a whatnot show on Saturday. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and get this out of the car and literally just put it in our storage unit so we can go through it later on. All good stuff, all stuff most likely gonna go in our booth or on eBay. So full steam ahead for a lot of this stuff. It's gonna be really busy here soon because yard sale season starts, which we like, which means we're gonna be buying a ton of stuff hopefully, so we need room to buy. But take a look at this old box here, old wooden box. I think that's really cool. I just don't think it would sell on eBay. This actually sells fairly well on eBay. We'll be selling that for probably like 50 or 60 bucks it looks like, because when you flip it over, it's got the bottle cap checkers. That's pretty cool. At the storage unit, we only got 3 sales, 10 bucks for a repair kit. I used it a lot on the truck, but we actually ended up selling the truck, and it's got a big mark right there. Still sold for $10 plus shipping. Lacoste Day, the alligator sweater, sold for I think 20 bucks plus shipping, and then a pair of Columbia pants sold for $12 plus shipping. Ups and downs of eBay, right? One day you'll shoot up, and as you can tell, we have 10 or 20 or 30 items that sold, and the next day we have 3 items. The biggest thing about eBay, staying consistent, buying good quality items, and then your items will sell on eBay. Hands down, it will happen. So it's also about YouTube, is being consistent, putting out good quality videos that people want to watch, doing it in a consistent manner, and that's how you become, you know, successful on YouTube. All of it has to do with consistency, not giving up when you're down. You don't get too down, and when you're really high, you don't get too really high. Yeah. You stay in the middle and say, hey, we got ups and downs, and you kind of stay like this, because if you go really, really happy when you're doing well, I feel like your downs are really, really bad, right? And I fell into that trap with eBay and YouTube early on, and you kind of leveled me out a little bit. You're like, hey, just be level-headed the whole time. Just keep working, head down, you'll get it, because once you do really well on eBay or YouTube or something, you're like, oh, I'm making it, I made it, I'm here, I'm at the top. And then both of them are algorithm driven, and then the algorithm carpet just pulls out from under you and you smash your face on the ground. You say, wow, for the last 6 months, nothing has gone my way. But you never know when the algorithm on eBay will boost back up and then get you sales, and then on YouTube the same way. Sometimes it takes one video, literally the next video, when you're about ready to quit, that next video might get 1 million views and might set your channel off into a different realm. So that's my thing for the day.
Just keep trucking along.
Just keep trucking along, and my biggest thing is I don't get too extremely happy when we do really well, and I don't get too extremely sad when I do really sad. So, because we've done really bad on eBay for like months, right? Because we weren't really getting the quality items that we wanted, and we have done 10 to 10 videos, which just means if you're a YouTuber, it means that that is your worst video in the last 10. We did that for 6 to 8 months, constantly. Our worst video was dropped. People just weren't watching, or our algorithm was low or something, but we kept trucking on, and we'll keep trucking on for years and years to come. So today, we have already cleaned the Tahoe out. That's all not sorted. We actually just boop, threw it in the storage unit.
And I just want to throw out that we do appreciate everyone that comments and sends us messages and just keeps encouraging us to move forward. You guys are the biggest reason why we keep going, honestly.
Yeah, it's the nice comments, because there is a lot of negativity on social media. Like, there's a lot, like, and it's so funny. I think it's actually comical, because you'll have people, especially in these storage unit videos, actually any video, you'll have people on polar opposites, like, you did this wrong and the other person said you did it exactly right, or it's a whole bunch of junk, or it's worth millions. And so that's also what we do, is we stay level-headed in all the comments, but we really appreciate the comments that are encouraging, that says, hey, we really like your videos, keep going, because it's like, you know what, I'm doing it for you. You know what, like, sometimes it's just those nice comments that I'm like, hey, somebody is going to find
this entertaining and joyful.
There you go. We just try to bring a little light to people's lives if you need it. Next day here, and it is busy down here. We're actually heading to the booth right now after a long time of yard sailing, right? And it is Labor Day weekend in Myrtle Beach, so it is, she's got a lot of people here. So on the drive over, as we sit in traffic, we thought we would answer just a couple questions that we had also on our YouTube. What do we got?
How do you guys find the storage unit auctions? In my area, the thrift stores are way overpriced, so I think buying units may be a better way. Thank you for your time. Love all the content you guys put out on both channels. And also, is there an auction hub online you guys use?
Now, if you're just looking for like auction like places, we use HiBid. We haven't used HiBid in a really long time, but that is one that we would always use. And then we use storagetreasures.com for the storage units. There's also one around here called like Bid 13, and I think it's those two that I usually use. There's one also called, I think, Locker Fox or Foxy Locker. I don't know. There's something.
Locker Fox.
Locker Fox.
Yep.
Maybe not typing the other one. And we use those, and we just bid online for the storage units.
Okay, what would you do if you obtained a big box of sports cards? Baseball, football, basketball, etc. Would you organize yourself or sell as a lot to a sports card store?
When it comes to sports cards, because we know very little about sports cards or anything like that, even Pokemon cards, we know nothing. But we did over the years create a relationship with somebody that does know something. And that's where it would really come down to, is that you're going to go ahead and have to most likely find somebody that knows what they're doing, that are trustworthy, and will give you an honest answer. So we have one of those people now. So all we do when it comes to sports cards, Pokemon cards, any type of cards, all we do is just go in there, give them to him, and say, hey, do we have anything? He's very, we trust him.
Yeah.
Like 100% trust him. So we say, hey, this is it. If I didn't have somebody and you think that there's value in there, I would probably have to go ahead and then look all of them up and gain my knowledge that way. If you don't have the time, you can go to a sports memorabilia place and say, hey, this is what I got, and they might take a look at it for you. But that's how we do, is we have made relationship with certain people. We know people that buy gold. We know people that do the sports cards and Pokemon stuff with us. So it's really been helpful to know those people. Now what we're gonna do, head to the booth and pick up some tags. We are out at the booth. We did pick up the tags, and then we're actually gonna go in here and redo the entire booth. It is a Labor Day weekend, so a lot of people are in town. We're hustling fast today because we did want to get the booth actually done on Friday and ran out of time. And today we've got to get it done. Kayla's got a ton of stuff going on. We actually just bought these at a yard sale. Now they're going to be display things. So we're always looking for more ways to display things in the booth. A ton of new stuff is going in. We might even put the booth on sale. We don't know, but we're going to go ahead and get this done fairly quickly. And then we're going to talk about the booth, because I think real soon is our year anniversary, and we're going to talk about the pros and cons of it a little bit later on. Man, those butterflies were all the rage when we got them out of the, well, we got those at a yard sale, right? They were pretty nice. This is what it feels like when you're doing the storage unit videos and you're picking stuff up, or I'm picking stuff up and you're just filming it. You know what? I like to be the camera person. Yeah.
You won't like it.
I think I will like it.
You won't like
I think I will. Yeah, so everything is basically working for space. That's all we do, is try to get more space. And with these little guys, with the koozies that were up here, we opened up a lot more space up there for more things, more merch and stuff. Did you bring the sticker packs, the new sticker packs? Check these sticker packs out. Look at that. Doll hairs, Karen and Larry, and you have Ain't Too Shabby for sale at the booth. And how much are these at the booth? $3.50. Kayla is still at the booth, but we had to go ahead and take some stuff out just because the stuff wasn't selling. And to have the booth successful, we've learned you got to change things up. So the old Ben Hogan will probably go back on eBay. We were trying to sell it in the booth for only 15 bucks. It never sold. This lamp will most likely head back up to the yard sale. We're having, again, that big yard sale in about a week. So we'll probably take that up there and probably sell for about $5. And then this whole box of stuff basically did not sell. A lot of this, she said, is too big to put in the booth. It's just taking up too much room. It's a really nice like lacquer bowl thing. The lady says she spent a ton of money on it, but there's like 3 pieces to it. Well, it's the bottom, and then it does have a top like that. And I thought it was pretty neat. It didn't sell in the booth. It's been in there for a while. And also she took out Matt in a bag. We thought with the beach vibe around here it might sell, but it didn't. It's always funny to see what sells in the booth and what doesn't sell, just because you never know. We were in there, and like right off the rip, a lady bought an iridescent skull from us, like walked in, saw it, I held it, and she was like, I think I'm gonna buy that. She comes back, she says, I'll take the skull. $14 made. That ain't too shabby. All right, how you liking the booth? It is packed right now. We're actually selling stuff out of the booth as we stand here. It is absolutely packed also in the Bounty Hunters Emporium. So if you're in town, come in here, because it's a happening place right now, isn't it? She is packed. We got a little puppy here. That's cute. Also, we are going to go ahead, and this will probably be on the bigger channel also. We're going to take this one down, frame it as our first one, and buy another one, because let's be honest, ain't nobody getting a thing in here. She's packed is what I'm saying. So we will get another one. We're thinking about a globe, but that's going to happen today. We're going to go home and get that. But you got a whole bunch of stuff in here. You really do. I actually thought that this was utterly ridiculous.
He's cute.
Get it?
Yeah.
Cow humor. Other than that, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up in the booth today. Quick little restock. See, what happens is I had bought this cat, and Kayla said you were like, why are you buying the cat? I said, it's gonna sell in the booth, and then she shoved it way under there. No wonder it wasn't selling. This cat will sell. I'm telling you, look at them eyeballs. Because the first thing I said that was gonna sell out of the booth was gonna be the rooster, right? What was the first thing that sold? Auntie Kim bought it.
The rooster.
The rooster. I think this puppy's gonna sell too. I think that's gonna happen. We are back from the booth, and the booth is awesome. We really like it, but we will have to say this, after having it for about a year, I guess we didn't realize, because we never had one before, the amount of time it takes to actually do it, I think, correctly. Because I think to do it correctly, you have to be constantly moving your product around and putting new product in. That's why you always see a spring product in and out, and we try to do it weekly. Honestly, if you could do it like every 4 or 5 days, that would probably be even better, even if you go and like move stuff around. And that's what the owner told us prior to this. They said, hey, we've noticed, because they own the place and get to watch people's reactions and how many people come in and everything like that, if your booth stays like stagnant for a while, people kind of pass it by because they're like, oh, they didn't put anything new in or anything like that. We were literally putting stuff in the booth. People were walking by and they must realize, hey, they're putting stuff in. We have more sales in that like first little bit than probably in a while, because new stuff was going in the booth. So it is a lot. It's a lot of fun. Kayla puts a lot of work into it. We like it because we can buy different stuff and then also make a profit in the booth. But when you get into one, it's not just like not any work. You have to find items for it. You have to, put stuff in it here and there to make it new and kind of different when people walk in, because a lot of the locals go in there. If they see the booth not changing, then I don't think that they actually go into the area to see what's new inside there. So just my 2 cents. I don't know if it's worth 2 cents, but we'll see you on the next one.